Picture this. A tiny boy, no more than 3 years old, stands at the doorway of his home in rural Japan. He's wearing a bright yellow cap, a miniature backpack, and shoes he tied himself. In one hand, he's holding a small shopping list. In the other, a cloth bag for groceries. His mother kneels down, gives him a gentle reminder. Remember to cross at the light, and don't forget the soy sauce. He nods, bows slightly, and steps out into the world, alone. No one is chasing after him. No one is hovering. The camera follows as he walks down the street, past neighbors who smile and wave. He stops at the crosswalk, waits for the light, then continues on. At the store, he greets the shopkeeper politely, finds each item on his list, pays, and thanks them before heading home. This isn't a one-off stunt. It's part of a long-standing cultural norm in Japan. Children as young as 2 or 3 being trusted with small, independent tasks. It's so common that there's even a popular TV show, Old Enough, dedicated to following these tiny adventurers on their solo errands. And when clips from the show went viral around the world, millions of viewers were stunned. How can a child that young be so capable? What are Japanese parents doing differently? That's the question we're exploring today. Because behind that little boy's confident steps lies a parenting philosophy that blends independence, responsibility, respect, and community trust. A philosophy that shapes children into capable, considerate, and resilient adults. Why this matters beyond Japan. You don't have to live in Tokyo or Kyoto to raise your child with these principles. You don't have to speak Japanese or follow every tradition. What you can do is learn from the mindset, the daily habits, and the subtle ways Japanese parents prepare their children for life. In Japan, childhood isn't just about keeping kids safe, it's about preparing them to contribute. From an early age, children are expected to help with household chores, manage their belongings, and navigate their surroundings. They're trusted to try, to fail, and to try again, without a parent rushing in to fix everything. And here's the key. This isn't about pushing children too hard or stealing their childhood joy. It's about giving them the gift of competence, the quiet confidence that says, I can handle this. In this series, How to Raise Your Child the Japanese Way, we'll break down the core values behind Japanese parenting, the daily practices that build independence and respect, how you can adapt these ideas in your own home, no matter where you live. We'll explore real-life examples, practical tips, and even role-play scenarios you can try with your child. By the end, you'll have a toolkit of strategies to help your child grow into someone who is not only kind and respectful, but also resourceful and self-reliant. When people see that viral clip of a 3-year-old running errands alone, they often assume it's about bravery. But in Japan, it's not about being fearless. It's about being prepared. That child isn't exceptional in the Japanese context. He's the product of a culture and a parenting style that quietly, consistently builds independence from the earliest years. The 4 pillars of Japanese parenting. 1. Independence through trust. From the moment they can walk steadily, Japanese children are given small responsibilities, carrying their own bag, putting away their shoes, helping set the table. The message is clear. We believe you can do this. Trust is the soil where independence grows. Practical start for you. Let your child carry their own snack or water bottle on outings. Give them a small, safe task to complete without your help, like putting napkins on the table before dinner. 2. Responsibility as a family value. In Japan, responsibility isn't a punishment, it's a privilege. Children are taught that their actions affect the group, whether that's the family, the classroom, or the neighborhood. They learn to clean up after themselves, not because mom said so, but because it's part of being a contributing member of the group. Practical start for you. Create a family helper chart where each person, including the youngest, has a role. Rotate tasks so every child experiences different responsibilities. 3. Respect for others and the environment. From bowing to greet someone to keeping public spaces clean, respect is woven into daily life. Children are taught to notice how their behavior impacts others, whether it's speaking softly on a train or returning a borrowed item in perfect condition. Practical start for you. Practice thank you rituals at home, after meals, after help, after play dates. Model care for shared spaces. Let's leave this park cleaner than we found it. 4. Community as a safety net. In Japan, the community plays an active role in raising children. Neighbors, shopkeepers, and teachers all contribute to a child's sense of belonging and safety. That's why a small child can walk to the store alone, because there's a network of watchful, caring adults along the way. Practical start for you. Introduce your child to trusted neighbors and local shopkeepers. Encourage polite greetings to familiar faces in your area. Why these pillars work together. Independence without responsibility can lead to recklessness. Responsibility without respect can feel like a burden. Respect without community can feel isolating. But when all 4 pillars are in place, they create a balanced foundation for a child who is capable, considerate, and connected, bringing it into your home. You don't need to replicate Japanese culture exactly. You can adapt these principles to your own family's values and environment. The key is to start small, be consistent, and let your child experience the satisfaction of doing things for themselves. And remember, this isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Every time your child takes a step toward independence, every time they notice someone else's needs, every time they contribute without being asked, you're reinforcing the same values that make Japanese parenting so admired. We've seen the viral image, a tiny Japanese child confidently running errands alone. We've unpacked the 4 pillars of Japanese parenting: independence, responsibility, respect, and community. Now it's time to bring those ideas into your home. Through simple, everyday scenarios, you can role-play with your child. Scenario 1. The Morning Routine Challenge. Goal: build self-management skills. Setup: instead of dressing your child or packing their bag for them, turn it into a timed challenge. Let's see if you can get dressed, brush your teeth, and pack your bag before this song ends. Parent script: you're in charge of your morning today. What's the first thing you'll do? I'll be here if you need help, but I know you can handle it. Coaching tip: resist the urge to step in unless safety is at risk. The small mistakes, like forgetting socks, are part of the learning. Scenario 2. The Grocery Mission. Goal: practice independence in public spaces. Setup: at the store, give your child a short list of items to find. If they can't read yet, draw pictures of the items. Parent script: here's your list. I'll meet you by the fruit section when you're done. If you can't find something, what's your plan? Remember to greet the shopkeeper. Coaching tip: start small, 1 or 2 items in a familiar store, then expand as confidence grows. Scenario 3. The Shared Space Reset. Goal: teach responsibility for communal areas. Setup: after playtime, invite your child to help restore the room. Frame it as teamwork. Let's make the living room ready for everyone again. Parent script: you take the books, I'll take the cushions. How can we make this space even nicer than before? Thanks for helping. It makes a difference. Coaching tip: link the action to the value. We take care of spaces we share. Scenario 4. The Respect Relay. Goal: embed everyday courtesy. Setup: during a walk or outing, challenge your child to greet 3 people politely: neighbors, shopkeepers, or classmates. Parent script: let's see how many smiles we can collect today. Remember to look at them and speak clearly. That was kind. Did you see how they smiled back? Coaching tip: model the behavior yourself. Children mirror what they see. Scenario 5. The problem solver's choice. Goal: strengthen decision making. Setup: present a small dilemma. We have 20 minutes before dinner. Should we read a story, play a game, or go for a quick walk? Let your child choose and own the choice. Parent script: what do you think would be the best use of our time? Why did you choose that? Good choice. Let's make it happen. Coaching's a tip: ask them to explain their reasoning. This builds the habit of thinking before deciding. Why role play works. Role play is rehearsal for real life. It gives children a safe space to try, fail, adjust, and succeed without the high stakes of real-world consequences. And when you connect each scenario back to the 4 pillars, you're not just teaching tasks, you're shaping character. The Japanese way isn't about perfection. It's about trust. It's about giving children the space to grow into their own competence while staying rooted in respect for others and the community around them. Every time you hand your child a small responsibility, you're saying, "I believe in you." And every time they rise to the challenge, they're saying, "You can count on me." That's how independence is born. That's how responsibility becomes second nature. That's how respect and community become part of who they are. Your next step: subscribe to Seeds of Tomorrow so you don't miss the next journey we take together. We'll be back soon with more stories, more strategies, and more ways to raise children who are not just ready for the world, but ready to make it better.